Hello, hello, hello. Oops, it helps if I get my microphone closer to me. Just waiting for people to come in. Don't forget to say hello when you come in so I know who's here. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? Hi, black ice old guy. How are you, darling? Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, Brent. How are you, dear? Hi, Tara. Hi, Aurora. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I don't like the delay on this. I really don't like the chat delay. Don't forget to hit that like button when you come in. Oh, good, good, good. Thanks. Thanks. How you doing, Brent? Have you been writing? I have. Working on a brand new story. So I'm very happy. But tonight we're going to do something a little different. Now, for those of you who know me, know that I love true crime, I love trials, I love body cam footage, I love crime trials, I love custody battles, I love CPS cases, all of that. So tonight, we're going to do something a little different. And we are going to join Lordy Been Writing Saga. Oh, good. Good, good, good. So we are going to go watch, his name is Bigen II. And he is covering this custody case from 2019 that is just, oh my Lord, it's just ridiculous. The mother in this case, oh, good night, Irene. I gotta be polite. So we're gonna be watching Bigen's feed. And let me know if you can hear Bigen's feed.
I'll also on it.
Yeah. Our life.
Hi, Diana.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what this document is?
I need to know if you can hear Bigen's feed, this
Not right now.
Yeah.
trial.
If I read it, I could probably figure it out.
Can you go ahead and read the title to yourself?
State of Wisconsin
No, to
Department.
yourself. To yourself.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Don't read it out loud, read it to yourself. Just read it silently. That's
Like
what she's
Simon
asking you
says.
to do.
Rub your head.
Do you know what this document is?
I've never seen this particular document. I could probably use context clues.
Okay. And on the document is that your name and your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to move to have this edited. This exhibit.
She says he's never seen that document, and you haven't laid the foundation.
Okay. Can you? No, it's okay. Well, I'll pass on that one, and I'll use it in my testimony.
You can lay a foundation, that's fine. You can also just ask him, is it true, such and such and such and such? He can say yes or no, but
Okay. So,
Yeah.
have you ever lived at 333 Tigard Street in Ripon, Wisconsin?
Yes.
Okay. And on March 3rd, 2016, were you arrested?
Possibly.
Okay. What were you arrested for?
I'm sorry, it's only because I'm not sure the specific date, but around that time, I was arrested for driving under the influence.
Okay, and then also on March 23rd, 2000.
Yes.
I'm sorry, on March 23rd, 2008, were you arrested?
Yes.
Okay.
Objects at the thing.
Yep.
Any
Yes, black ice is correct. She does have to give it a little grace and a little bit of assistance to the to the mom who is pro se, meaning she's doing this without a lawyer. And yeah, my spelling I'm actually really good at spelling black ice, old guy, but sometimes I get to going too fast and don't pay attention. Thank God for editors. But anyway, black ice is right on this. She has to give her a little bit of leeway. We'll go back to this.
Any questions about anything from 2008? It's more than 10 years old already.
Yeah.
It's
Not relevant.
Yeah, and it's still background history of the plaintiff. It's still
2008 is too stale under the statutes. So I'll sustain that objection.
okay. Back to 2016. So you were arrested.
No,
and
we heard
you
nothing.
said it was for driving under the influence, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so,
I'm in trouble.
Send me an email, Brent Jones.
how often do you drink?
At that time or now?
At that time, now.
That's,
Which
you
question?
got two different things.
Okay, how often did you drink at that time?
At that time, I was drinking more than I do now.
And what's more than you do now?
Now, I never drink when I'm with my son. That's half the time.
Well, my question is,
The next one is, did you pull the tag off your mattress?
That's about to answer it, and the rest of the time,
The rest of the time, I drink in moderation and in social situations, never at home.
approximately how much is that per day, and what?
Not even one drink per day, maybe 5 drinks per month is an estimate.
Oh, that was funny.
And what kinds of things?
He is on.
I drink beer from Wisconsin.
Okay.
and you find beer from Wisconsin in Las Vegas?
Yep.
I love this judge.
It isn't particularly relevant, but
Yeah, the judge knows the
Yeah.
answer to that one.
beers that are manufactured in Wisconsin end up being transported all over. It's just like Coors being manufactured in Colorado
Yeah.
or whatnot. So,
You agreed. I agree. It's a shame. This is a father that wants
He's
to
right.
be involved. How many mothers out there would thank the Lord they had this guy trying to be as a father to
Bigen's
their
right.
child?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what she's got.
And she doesn't care. All she wants to do is make his life miserable.
Were you ever arrested for domestic violence?
Objection. This is, again, she's trying to sneak in this
Your Honor,
2008
one
conversation.
moment. The
Makes
question
sense.
is, you need
I don't think
to
so.
give something that's relevant to a time period here. Not, were you ever arrested for
Yeah.
Domestic violence?
That's-
Okay,
that's a
in
good
your
point.
adult years,
Thanks,
after
Sharon.
you became 18, were you ever arrested for domestic
I'm
violence?
going to object. He's 34 years old.
I agree, that's not relevant.
You can ask him in the
You
last
can-
10 years.
You can ask him within the last 10 years, because the statute allows that.
The thing is, Diana, this is a civil case, so she can't get a court-appointed attorney. That's only for criminal cases. And she's had, Black Ice, you could probably set me straight on this, but I think she's already gone through 3, if not 4 previous attorneys. So, yeah, court-appointed attorneys are only involved in criminal cases or CPS cases.
and actually doesn't even allow arrests, but that's all
Thanks,
right.
Kat.
We do allow the question to be asked. And you can ask whether or not it's occurred within the period of time when the two of you have had a relationship.
Okay. Were you arrested on January 30th, 2009? In the past 2 years.
Come on.
It's not in the last 10 years.
2009?
2009.
30th of 2009?
But it's
Almost
still the year.
11 years ago.
It's still the year.
It's not within 10 years, Your Honor.
We're way far afield here. That doesn't show and establish that domestic violence has occurred
Oh, no,
involving
it's not.
you and
This
your
is
son.
something different. This is
Yes.
completely different.
Waste of time.
No?
That's right.
We're getting awfully stale here in terms of this, so no, I'm going to sustain the objection on that.
And I did hear there is recent activity on this case. I'm going to be digging that up later. And if you could hit the
Okay,
like button and the share
on,
button, it helps our algorithms.
April 4th, 2016, did you have your license revoked?
17.
Yes.
Okay, when you came to Las Vegas in 2017, did you drive?
I had my license back. It was revoked for 6 months.
Said it was revoked a few
It was
times?
revoked for 6 months.
And why was your license revoked?
Because of driving under the influence
Okay.
conviction.
Okay. Your Honor, no further questions.
Okay, to answer Ice's question, the veterans and politics guy, they like to follow any kind of case where they can go after judges and where they can claim all sorts of things that aren't true. And he wasn't allowed to report live. The judge put the kibosh on that. Why he left, I don't know. But we were, yes, this is true. Yes. The dad was a professional poker player, but I think he does have a regular job now. And she's a spiteful lady. That is true. So as for the veterans and politics guy, I don't know why he left, but he wasn't allowed to report live from the court, so he may have been, tweeting or whatever.
What a waste of time. What a waste of time.
Very, very brief.
Hey, Shannon.
I just wanted to take you back to Defendant's Exhibit J.
Shannon, we're watching a trial.
Labeled
A custody case.
in yours. There's the email that you testified about.
Okay.
The defendant asked you about your signature there. When you sent that email, did you hand type all that information into the body of the email?
No, that's my automatic signature that goes on all my emails.
Thank you. And then, there was a lot of looking at the talking parent record. If you could flip over to our exhibit set and go to Exhibit 12, and just take a moment to go through that exhibit. Do you recognize that exhibit?
If it's talking parent side, I recognize all of that, yes.
Just make sure you find it.
Which page?
It's Exhibit 12.
Yes.
I think it's the thickest exhibit in the whole set.
Yes, I recognize this.
Okay.
About nothing.
And is that the talking parent record communications between the
Your Honor,
record,
objection to
the record of talking parent communications between you and the defendant?
It's not leading, he's asking you to identify the record, that's all. It's foundation.
Yes, it's the conversation between myself and the defendant.
On the talking parent.
On talking parents, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move to admit our proposed Exhibit 12.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, it'll be admitted.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll take our noon recess unless you have a very quick witness, which I doubt.
Well, I actually have,
Including cross-examination.
right. I mean, I have 5 witnesses out there that are all probably 10 to 15 minutes each, and so we could probably get one of them in if you wanted
All right.
to do that. I will try to pick maybe the shortest of the.
You can
those
step down
5.
and go back to the council table. Leave the exhibits up there if you would, please.
Leave both? Okay.
I hope so.
Sorry, I got them out of order here. All right, this should be good.
Let me just consult with my client real quick about which of these 2 is going to be the quickest. All right, we call Sean Karsten.
Agreed.
And you don't want to fast forward because there's just too much that you don't want to miss. Shoot, I'm almost out of water and I'm out of coffee. And I've watched this before, but I don't
Absolutely.
remember
Do you
all
solemnly
of
swear
it.
testimony about to give in this action shall be the truth?
That's something we were talking about the other day, that as far as in sexual education classes in high school, play a couple of these videos for the high school students to let them
Yes.
see, hey, this is what you could end up with. Do you want to go through this? Or how about
Well,
you
it's in the
either
other room.
abstain or use
Black
birth
ice.
control?
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, this would be a good,
Good
thing
morning,
to watch
Mr.
in
Karsten.
sex
Could you
ed
please
class.
state and spell your name for the record?
Sean Karsten, ShawnKarsten.
And where do you presently reside?
Ripon, Wisconsin.
Do you know either of the parties in this case today?
I do.
Do you know the gentleman to my right, your left?
Yes.
And how do you know him?
We've been friends since 1992 when I moved to Ripon.
What about the defendant here? Do you know her at all?
I do. I got to know her once her and Nick started dating.
Do you remember what year that was?
Wow.
I think it would have been maybe late 2017, early 2018.
I can't remember their last
And that
name
was, you met her, you said in Wisconsin?
Correct.
in this case.
Have you met Julian?
I have.
Okay, and when did you first meet Julian?
So I've seen Julian 3 times. The first time was, I think, late summer of 2018
Your spell check is evil.
when Nick was back in Wisconsin.
Yes, it can be.
It was the first opportunity. I have kids of my own. I had a daughter at that time, and so it was the first opportunity I had to kind of introduce the 2 of them, which was a cool moment for us.
Objection, Your Honor. Witness is not answering the direct question that was asked.
Well, he did start to answer it, but
You interrupted him.
Late summer 2018.
Okay. When most recently have you seen Julian?
I think it was for his first birthday party.
Was that earlier this year?
Objection,
April.
leading question. Actually.
was that earlier this year? That's fine, just to lay foundation for a date. It didn't tell him what date it was.
This witness has her nervous.
Yes, exactly.
And have you ever been around Nick and Julian together at the same time?
I have on 3 separate occasions.
Okay. And what are your general observations? You said you're a parent yourself, correct?
Objection,
What are your-
leading
One
question.
moment. Asking him what are his general observations is not a leading question. It's
Yes,
an open-ended question.
exactly.
What are your general observations of Nick
Objection.
and Julian's relationship?
Go ahead.
Open-ended.
No, 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 no. It's
An
permissible,
open-ended-
that's why it's not leading.
Oh, okay.
It's just ask him to give his observations of the two of them.
Okay, right now, I just want to reach the screen and slap this woman. I'm sorry, not a violent person. No, she's not. Amy, for those of you all who are just coming in, this is an old custody case from 2019. And the mother, who just objected on leading questions and then objected on open-ended questions, is not a lawyer, because she's gone through 3 or 4 lawyers and they have all quit on her because she is impossible to work with. She will not listen to court orders. She has kept the baby from his father. And it's just absolutely insane. So the reason I'm pissed right now is because she objected on an open-ended question. You can't object on an open-ended question. That is perfectly acceptable. Something tells me that she is really, really nervous and really, really worried about this particular witness. So she's going to object, I'm going to say at least every 20 seconds. I could be wrong. Brett, you're killing me tonight. Anyway, yeah, that's why I screamed, because you can't object to an open-ended question because that's how you ask the questions. Leading means you're in the question, you're giving the person the answer, right? Open-ended is not, it's just a regular question. You're not giving them the answer. She does not have a clue what she's doing. The only thing she's trying to do is make this father's life miserable. And she's trying to paint him in the worst light possible, and she's doing a very piss poor job of it.
Together.
Okay.
So it's not leading. Go ahead, sir, you may answer the question.
My observations was that they had a great relationship. Being a father myself, the first thing that I noticed that Julian really loved Nick, and that they had clearly a special relationship. Personally, it was special for me. I spent a lot of time speaking with Nick leading up to the birth of Julian, and knew how excited he was to become a father. So having those unique opportunities to spend some time is with my good friend and my child and his child together was very special.
Do you have any concerns at all about?
Objection, leading question.
We probably are getting into leading now, Mr. Little.
I don't think I am. Can I finish the question and then you can rule?
Sure.
Do you have any concerns at all about Nick's ability to parent Julie?
Objection, leading
I
question.
don't see how that's leading at all.
He's asking him about any concerns.
No.
No,
That's not
what he's
leading.
doing is asking if he has any concerns. Doesn't apply whether he has them or not, so I agree,
Exactly.
it's not
It's not
leading,
leading.
overruled.
Based on the time that I've personally been around Nick and Julian together, I do not have any concerns in Nick being a father to Julian.
No further-
So is anyone else getting the Daryl Brooks vibe of grounds, grounds, grounds?
No further questions.
Cross?
Okay. Sean, do you live in Las Vegas?
No,
Okay. When did you arrive to Las Vegas?
last night.
Okay. Have you ever been to Las Vegas since the baby was born?
I have not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
No redirect, yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. Please don't discuss the testimony that you gave on the stand with any other witness in the case. You're free to leave at this time if you choose to do so.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll take our lunch and recess.
All right, sounds good. What time are we back, Your Honor?
1:30, please.
All right.
That
I'd have
witness
been
seems like
drinking.
a waste in my opinion.
I agree, Bigen.
It's his friend. Of course, his friend is gonna say good things about him.
Yes.
The mother was all upset, but there was nothing there. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna watch one more this evening. Here we go.
Who's that on the shirt?
All right, we're back on the record. All parties on council are present. Mr. Little, you have till 2:15 to complete your case. Ms. Ravello, Ms. Sangalaza, you used up a lot of your presentation time and cross-examination, so you'll have till close to 5 o'clock to present your case, okay?
Yay! Time constraints. Yay!
Okay,
That
call your
makes me
next
happy.
witness, please.
All right, Sierra Johnson.
Oh yeah. So they are going to take some of her time because she's spending so long on cross.
Oh, her cross
That makes
was
sense to me.
ridiculous. You guys have to go back and watch this over on Bigen's channel from the beginning.
It does say that. You're right.
So
Who
is
this
this in Vegas? Can somebody tell me if this trial's in Vegas or if it's back in
Do you
Wisconsin?
swear testimony about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Would you please state and spell your full name for the record?
Sierra, Sierra Johnson, Johnsson.
And where do you reside, Ms. Johnson?
Lakeville, Minnesota.
Or Minnesota?
Do you know
All the
this gentleman
judge
to my right?
time.
I do.
Okay, and how long have you known him?
Roughly 14 years.
Okay. You said you live in Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever lived in Wisconsin?
I attended college in Wisconsin.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been, sorry, before I get to that, do you know the plaintiff?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you known her?
Maybe two years.
Okay. All right. So where did you meet?
I met her, first met her in Minnesota when they were visiting.
Okay. They were visiting you specifically, or?
They were visiting Minnesota and we met up.
Got it. All right. Have you ever observed Mr. Ravello? Well, first of all, have you met Julian, the party's?
I have.
Okay, and when did you first meet Julian?
In April.
Okay, of this year?
Yes.
Okay, and where did you meet Julian?
In Wisconsin.
Okay. And during that time, first of all, when you met them in Wisconsin, how many times did you see Mr. Ravello and Julian together?
I stayed with Nick and his son for a week.
Okay. And during that time, were you able to observe Mr. Ravello and Julian together?
I was.
Okay. And what were your general impressions of the relationship between Mr.
Objection,
Ravello
leading question.
and
It's not leading.
the child?
All right, it's not leading because he just asked, what were your general impressions?
That they had a really good connection with each other. There was a lot of love, a lot of care given to this child.
And during the week that you were staying with them in Wisconsin, did you have any concerns about Mr.
Objection.
Ravello's ability to parent Julian?
Not a leading question.
He's asking her to answer any concerns about his ability
Your Honor, if we're
to
going to
parent.
keep getting the
I
same
don't think
objections, the
it's,
same
I
questions.
don't think it's leading, so overruled.
Did you have any concerns?
I didn't have any concerns whatsoever.
No further questions.
How many times have you met me in person? 3 or 4?
Too many?
Do you live in
Therefore,
Las
many?
Vegas? I do not. Have you been to Las Vegas since the child has been born? I have. When? Earlier this summer. I've been here twice. Where did you stay? I stay with Nick. Where? In his apartment. Okay, and then what floor is this apartment on?
Objection.
Why does that matter?
I'm trying to establish whether or not she actually was there because she doesn't know.
All right,
I don't know. The 8th? I have no idea. Okay. No further questions.
Oh,
It's a high rise, is that correct?
It's Yes. not. Mm.
There
Oh,
are
I'm
multiple
sorry.
floors.
Okay.
Okay. Anything further, council?
Ah.
Um,
I think that might be the new girlfriend. That might
No,
be
that is not
why
the
there's
new
so much
girlfriend,
friction
Bigen.
there.
Nope,
no redirection.
I don't think that's the new
You may step
girlfriend.
down, ma'am. You're free to go at this point in time. Please do not discuss any of the testimony you gave on the stand with any of the witnesses.
Yeah, that's all she's trying to do, and she wasn't lying.
Your Honor, plaintiff called Steve Buell.
This trial is just, or not trial, this custody hearing, all of these custody hearings.
Yeah, that might be motivation for all of this right here.
It left me shaking my head for
That's very
days after. I think if that had been the girlfriend, her cross-examination would have been a hell of a lot longer.
Yeah. I have no idea. That's
You
a
do
good
swear
question.
testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Buell, would you please state and spell your full name?
Stephen Buell, STEPHENBUELL.
Thank you. And where do you reside, Mr. Buell?
I'm living in Milwaukee right now,
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Okay. Have you ever lived in Ripon?
It's not.
Okay. Do you know the gentleman to my right, the plaintiff in this action?
I do.
Okay, and how long have you known Mr. Revella?
Dating back to my college years, so about 10 years.
Okay. And how did you come to know Mr. Revella?
Through some mutual friends of ours.
I don't think she'll
Do
ever
you know
regret
the
this, ever.
defendant in this action?
I do.
Okay, and how long have you known Ms. Sangalaza?
Since they started dating, but I maybe only hung out once or twice. Not very well. I don't know.
Okay, we
Have you
have
ever
5
met the first
watching.
child,
We're way
Julie?
behind Bigen.
Yeah.
Okay, and when did you first meet him?
Shortly after he was born, I was in Vegas.
Okay.
So,
And, I'm sorry, you met him in Las Vegas?
in Las Vegas. yes.
Okay. Have you ever spent any time around Julian since that first trip to Las
Objection,
Vegas?
leading question.
That's not a leading question, dumbass. Sorry.
Could you
Since that first time you met Julian,
Yes.
have you spent any time around
Oh
Julian?
yeah, I've lived with Nicholas and Julian over the summer,
Okay.
entire month of June and July.
And that was at Nick's apartment? here
At
in
Nick's
town?
apartment.
Okay.
So,
And while you were living at Nick's apartment over the summer, did you have any opportunity to observe Nick and Julian together?
I did.
And what were your general impressions of the relationship between Nick and Julian?
Very positive. Like they always seem. Julian would always have a smile on his face. Like,
Yeah.
I did some
I felt that.
babysitting too, and he would come back, and it would always. I mean, he was always happy to see him. Inside the apartment, they always got along. You could tell they both really care for each other.
And during the time that you were staying with Nick over the summer, did you have any concerns about Nick's ability to be a father to Julian?
I did not.
Oh, why
Nothing
didn't she
further,
object?
Cross?
Which floor do
So
you
what
live
do you
on?
do professionally? What's your occupation?
Me? I play poker professionally
Okay, and when do you typically play poker?
at night.
Amy,
Over the summer, when do you want?
I think
What
he's
days of the week?
might be
Um,
18 months old at this point. I don't remember,
varies.
maybe 2.
Okay, and you stated that you lived with them over the summer, correct?
I did.
Were you on the lease?
I was not on
What?
a lease. I was on a month to month.
I'm going to object on relevance.
And are you CPR certified?
Objection, relevance.
Completely relevant.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's
He
not.
was he stated he was babysitting. Are
I
you
didn't know
CPR
how-
certified?
Objection, relevance.
I'll allow it.
I'm not.
Okay. I didn't know how. I have got 3 grown ass children, right? I have got 6 grandchildren. I did not know how to do baby CPR until my last grandbaby was born, and she was a micro preemie, right? Weighed like 1 pound, 11.5 ounces, was 12 inches long. I mean, just, she was a micro preemie. I didn't know how to do infant CPR until after she was born and right before she was allowed to come home. We all needed to know. Okay? So I babysat from the time I was 12 years old until whenever. I knew the Heimlich maneuver, and that was it. This mother, I'm telling you, I don't need to be a trial attorney. You need to be running the court. Oh, well, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Yeah, never asked a babysitter if they were CPR. And both of my girls, both of them had serious heart issues, right? They both had to have open heart surgery when they were babies. I didn't know CPR. Didn't have a freaking clue. So, I mean, it was back in the late 80s, but I digress. We'll go back to this.
Not CPR.
Okay. And are you cleared to babysit? Your background or your? Did you get a background check?
You don't have to have a background check to babysit.
Sustained on
Okay.
both.
Did you ever get a background check to become a babysitter?
Objection reference.
You don't need it. He
He's
doesn't
not a
need it.
professional babysitter, so
Thank you, Judge.
I don't see the relevance as to whether or not he got a background check. Most
Thank you.
babysitters who are not professionals and sit for their friends don't get background checks. So.
Yes.
Are you related to the baby, to the child?
Objection reference.
I'll allow that.
I am not related.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
No redirect.
You're free to step down. Please don't discuss the testimony that you gave on the stand with any other witness in the case.
I think she's starting to get over it.
Oh, yeah, the judge has been over it for quite a while.
Yeah, like the rest of us.
Biden knows I'm doing this live stream, but he can't see us and he can't hear us, but that was pretty funny.
I know.
Beth.
Exactly.
Yeah, this brother. Wait till you guys hear about this brother. Yeah, was she background checked before having the baby? God, I love you guys. For those of you just coming in, if you could hit the like and share button, that helps my
This
algorithms.
mom?
I want to have as many followers on Friday nights as Bigen does.
You do solemnly swear testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
I
truth.
think this
so help
is his mother. Nick's mom. I think this is Nick's mom.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ravello. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
My name is Beth Revello, Revello.
Thank you. Where do you reside?
I live in Ripon, Wisconsin.
Okay. And do you know the gentleman to my right?
I do.
How do you know him?
Nick is my son.
Okay. You've known him his whole life.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the defendant in this?
I imagine what's happening is the whole family is going to be supporting him 100% so that he gets to spend time with his child. Think about it. That's not surprising. It makes sense.
Actually, the woman who told
Yes,
you
I do.
Okay, and how long have you known her?
Sorry, and it's a good sign too. It means that they think he'll be a good father, and it's good for the child, which is good.
Bigen is
Since,
exactly correct.
I believe, I can't remember the exact month, but I think it was July of 2018
Okay. And
or 2017.
and have you met the parties?
2017,
2017. Thank you.
yes.
Have you met the party's child, Julian?
Yes,
And Julian is your grandson.
he is.
Objection, leading question.
Sustained.
When did you first?
I'm so
meet
tired of
Julian?
hearing
I
objection.
first met Julian a day or two after he was born
Okay. And where was that?
in Las Vegas at the Summerlin Hospital.
Okay. Since Julian was born, have you had an opportunity to observe your son Nick interacting with Julian?
Yes, I have.
On about how many occasions?
Well, when he was
Right.
born, I was here for a week. I observed him then. Then I was here in December, last December. And I stayed with Nick and Julian. And then Nick was home in April of this year for 3 weeks. And I observed them every day.
Jill?
Anytime since April of this year? Or?
Objection, leading question.
Just says any time, it's not a leading question. It doesn't suggest the answer.
I have not seen them in person since April.
So, in the times that you have been around Nick and Julian together, what are your general impressions of the relationship between Nick and Julian?
They have a very good relationship. Julian is very happy around Nick.
What leads you to that conclusion?
He smiles a lot.
That's awesome.
That does make,
He's very happy,
That is
talkative. I've seen videos that Nick has sent me.
Do you yourself have a
too.
relationship with Julian?
me too, Black Eyes.
Not a close one because of our distance, but yeah,
Would you like to have a relationship with
I
Julian?
certainly would.
Objection.
Okay.
He's asking an opinionated question.
And that's not wrong!
Establish any facts.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to shout.
Relevant facts.
It's all right to ask an opinion question. However, whether or not she'd like to have a relationship really isn't relevant to the custody determination, so I'll sustain it on that basis.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
And the answer is strict.
Fair enough, Your Honor. In the time that you've spent observing Nick and Julian together, do you have any concerns about Nick's ability to act as a parent to Julian?
Not at all.
No further questions.
Cross?
Okay. Do you have any other children?
Amy, this is
No,
the
don't.
second judge on this case,
How old
or
is
the
your son?
third.
He's 34.
And when you came to
Sorry,
visit
Diana.
Amy in the hospital, who did you bring with you?
I brought my friend Joanne.
And had Joanne ever been to Las Vegas?
I believe
Not
she
sure.
had,
Oh,
yes.
Had
yeah.
she met anyone in my family?
I don't think so. Well, she had met you before
Well, my
that.
question was, had she met anyone in my family?
No, just you.
Okay.
What's the relevance?
And when did you arrive to Las Vegas?
I think it was the
Just
day
recently.
after. Oh, recently? Yesterday?
And
Where did you stay?
no further questions.
Were you on his lease? Did you sleep
Anything
in
else?
his bedroom?
No redirect, Your Honor.
Yeah, you're right. Amy.
Ma'am, you're free to step down. Please don't discuss the testimony that you gave on the stand with
Okay.
any other witness in the case.
All right.
Nothing.
She's not making any headway. Yes,
Plan calls high.
exactly. I think they're just allowing her to dig her own grave. I really do.
Yeah. That would have been a great ad.
Can you all see the comments on Bigen's feed? They're just
Shocker.
cracking me up. I don't know if he's gonna play that one tonight where we get to meet the brother or hear about the brother.
Do you do solemnly swear testimony about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Exactly. A sane
Good
grandmother.
afternoon, Ms. Semensky. Could you state and spell your full name for the record?
Heidi Semensky, HeidiSemenske.
I haven't heard.
Thank you. Where do you reside, Ms. Semensky?
I reside in Green Lake, Wisconsin,
Okay. How far is Green Lake, Wisconsin from Ripon?
about 10 miles.
Do you know the gentleman to my right?
I do.
Okay, and how do you know him?
He is my nephew.
Okay.
Oh, it does
How long have you known
black
him?
eyes. I've seen
Yeah,
this
for
before.
since he was born.
Okay. What about the defendant here to my left? Have you ever met her?
I have.
Okay. How long has it been since you met her?
From when I first met her,
Yes.
September of, no, I'm sorry. It was in 2017. It would have been July.
And where did you meet her?
At my furniture store, an outdoor furniture store
And where is that located?
in Griffin.
Okay. All right. In addition to being my client's aunt, do you have any other relationship with him?
No, not necessarily.
Specifically, do you have any
Objection.
business relationship? with my
Objection,
client?
leading question.
Overruled. Doesn't assume that she does or she doesn't.
Do you have any business relationship with my client?
I'm not really sure how to answer that.
All right. Let me ask you a different question. Are you
Okay.
familiar with my client's financial situation?
I am.
Okay, and how did you become familiar
Objection,
with
leading
it?
question, or relevance, really.
I'll allow it, may go to child support.
Okay.
How did you come to know about my client's financial situation?
I was at
Oh.
one point,
110%. I really think that would happen. That's
This is
my
exactly
biggest
right.
worry.
That's
is
what she's trying to
in the
do, is
future.
parental
As
alienation.
much vitriol as she has, I would really be amazed if she didn't.
in the trustee of a trust.
All right. Have you spent any time around the party's children, Julia?
Yeah.
I have.
On how many occasions?
Two separate occasions,
Okay. And when was the first of those?
about a year ago,
And where was that?
here,
Okay. And for how long?
4 days.
Okay. And then the second? How?
The
When,
second
when and
was
where?
when Nick was able to bring Julian back to Wisconsin, and that was in April of this year,
Okay. And for how long was that?
3 weeks.
Okay. During the times that you have spent around Nick and Julian together, what were your general impressions of the relationship between Nick and
Objection.
Nick was very caring toward Julian. Julian seemed very happy with Nick. Nick would play with him. He was, meeting his needs. We took Julian to the park. We took him on the swings and down the slide. We took him, when he was back in Wisconsin, we took him to the gym, and he was able to run around with, Sean and Chris's children.
Okay. And during the times that you've been able to observe Nick and Julian together, did you have any concerns about Nick's ability to parent Julian?
I did not.
No further questions, John.
Cross?
Okay. Do you pay the plaintiff's rent?
Pardon, can
Do
you?
you pay the plaintiff's rent?
Yes,
Okay.
because I,
Thank you, that's all I need, thank you. Do you send the plaintiff money?
on
At all.
occasion,
Do you have any children of your own?
I do not.
Okay. And does the plaintiff work at your furniture store on occasion?
He hasn't.
Okay. And how much money does the plaintiff owe you?
Right now it's approximately $25,000.
Thank you, no further questions.
Figure out.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Sanglas had asked you a question about paying Mr. Ravello's rent, and you
I think
started
he's a
to,
trust fund kid.
you said because, and then she cut you off. What were you going to say?
Yes, my name,
Objection, leading question. Well, leading request.
It's not a leading request. He's asking her to finish the response to her answer previously. He's not suggesting that that answer should be.
my name is on the lease.
Okay. And then why did you agree to have your name on the lease?
Because she loves him.
because I was able to pay the rent.
She was trying to help him out because he's a
The
good guy.
the $25,000 that you're owed, can you explain to the court how that debt was incurred or what it was for?
It's for the rent that's being paid, some of the legal fees. I basically help out.
Nothing further on.
Okay. Anything else?
Yep.
Please carry on. Okay. You're free to step down and you're free to leave. Please do not discuss the testimony that you give on the stand with any other witness in the case.
Okay, thank you.
Seriously. I have not, Brent.
Court's indulgence for this.
If you can put a link in the chat. Go ahead. And that's what we usually talk about is books and writing and everything on Friday nights. But I've been
Yeah, I have to
following
wonder
Bigen
about
on
that
this.
too. And she's wanting to say the mothers or the aunts giving him money, so that should be figured into the child support, but it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case.
I don't think so. I think the reason she brought that up is to show that he can't take care of the child on his own.
Okay, I think we're going to use this as a good time to stop this evening. We've already been on for over a couple of hours. I guess when I will absolutely be on tomorrow night. I promise. 6:05, we will be on. It's going to be interesting because this mama's going to start presenting her case. And Lord knows what she's got in mind. I don't think she has too many witnesses. I want to say 3 or 4. Some of y'all remember, correct me if I'm wrong there. And I'm betting they're basically just her family.
Yes.
So the cross is going to be interesting because in most of these situations, I wonder how what's the saying? The fruit doesn't fall very far from the tree.
Bigen's right.
This is what this mother is like. Wonder what her mother's like. You know? Can you imagine that?
Oh, you all are gonna love.
I've been incredibly
witnesses.
fortunate with my marriage that my wife's mother was a saint. Good God, she was an awesome woman. Really, really nice. Salt of the earth. But there's times when we're not quite that lucky and it's bad. I'm really curious to see which side of her, whether her father or mother that she takes after.
Both
and
of
I
them,
think it
because neither one of them
probably
are very
come out
sane.
pretty clear
I'm trying
in
not to give any
tomorrow's
spoilers.
video. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, well, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll
We
talk
did,
to y'all
Bigen.
tomorrow evening.
Okay, so now you understand why I did that tonight. Because I've been following this all week. And yes, I had seen it before, but it's been a while. And have you stopped beating your wife questions that look like a yes-no question, but it's never that easy? Exactly, MT Decker. You are correct. I need to put my readers back on. Brent, can you put that link to that book in the chat? But yes, that is so true. Have you stopped beating your wife? Yes or no? I've never beat my wife. Nope, it's a yes or no question. No, it's not. Anyway, so what did you all think? And the mother thing, loved that one. I'm midway through Moon is a harsh mistress. Oh, cool beans. Well, Black Ice and Brent have become acquaintances, and now they're talking books, and I think that's freaking awesome. So, this particular custody case, believe it or not, when I was a former paralegal in my previous lifetime, I worked cases that were just as frustrating, just as aggravating, just as make you want to scream And when I say the case file on this divorce and custody battle took up, well, you guys can't see the size of my office, but in the legal file office, the file office, the room where we kept all our files at this particular law firm, it was massive. And we had floor to ceiling bookshelves or shelves where we kept the file folders, the accordion file folders. You all know what I'm talking about. And that one case took up 4 entire shelves. Smack dab full of those accordion. What I found. I'm not talking to you, Siri. The accordion files, and then the legal box files, the banker's boxes. It was just full of this custody battle that had been going on for 2.5 years. Just 2.5 years. And it was a weird one. And I don't know what I could say. Let's just say one of the parents, I'm not going to say which one, complained about how the other parent dressed this child. Hand to God, because this certain color, pink, was not this baby's color. This parent didn't like the fact that the other parent was putting this baby in this certain shade of pink, and the parent filed a motion on it. Wanted to go to court over it. It was just absolutely ridiculous. She could give him custody and make the mother pay child support. True. What do you think? I think the mom should be taken. Oh, no. We don't say that. Sorry, Susan, we're never trying to derail your point and your message, but you have a presence and we meet people and go, hey, we have this thing in common. That's fine, sweetheart. I love that. Y'all can chat away. I think that's just freaking awesome. Who is my grandson's texting me. And for those of you, if this is your first time here, I stop everything for my grandchildren. So just a minute. Okay. Anyway, always take calls from my grandbabies. Anyway, I think it's awesome that you all make friends here and that those friendships, meeting people here spawn into friendships. I think that's really cool. So, I think if I have time tomorrow night, I will do another live with Bigen's feed, so that you guys can see more of this case. But it just goes on forever, never, never. If you want to, I put Bigen's link in the description on this feed, and go over there and you can watch the first several lives that he did with, it's called Mama Drama. So you can go over there and watch those and get all caught up. Okay, but I have to run because apparently my grandson has an emergency, which to us would not be an emergency, but to him it's important. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked it, share button if you liked it, and maybe we'll be back here tomorrow night, okay? Anyway, love you all. I think you're all awesome. And I'll see y'all later. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.